This is Zach Hamiltree, Legendary Fishing. I'm doing a little bit of creek fishing today. It's after 5, sun's already went down. I had a little bit of free time, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go and see what happens. So this is where I'm at. There's a little creek right down by my house. This is a deeper hole. I've seen some bass. Actually, I've seen some bass since I got here. Seen some bass, some catfish, lots of sunfish. So plan is I'm gonna do a little bit of variety fishing, hopefully. But so let's see what I got here. I got some DMF red worms. That's what I'm gonna be using today. Mostly, I might throw some artificials depending on what happens, but I'm mostly gonna be fishing with live bait. Just see what happens, man. All right, let's see if I've got anything hiding around out in here. No, that wasn't a very far cast. All right, let's see if we got anything hiding out in here. I don't have a float on it right now. I may put one on it shortly. Be able to get out a little bit farther. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a float on so that I can get out farther. Keep from spooking any fish that may be up close. Alright. Just gonna put it about a foot, well, about 2 foot up the line. For anyone who's just getting into fishing, this is actually a very, very simple, common rig. So I'm using a little size 18 hook with a worm, a little bitty split shot, and then just a little simple float. I'll hook this on a little bit better. You see ripples where something's been hitting the water. I honestly thought I would have done got a bite by now, because last time I was down here there was little fish everywhere, just everywhere. Oh wait, I am getting a bite. Get a little nibble on it. Oh wait, I got one. He was sitting there, he had already ate it. What do we got here? All right, start off with, let's keep it simple with a bluegill. Just your run-of-the-mill bluegill. Oh, come here. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. He swallowed that thing. Come on now. All right. Get that size 18 out of there. Got the lockjaw on it. Shoot. I got another one. So this is what I'm using for my hook. It's a White River Fly Shop size 18 hook that I got from Bass Pro Shop. It's a 25 count, but I've almost used all of them. I've probably got about 6 or 8 left. It's a little bitty hook. I'm only using 2-pound line, so and I'm tying a improved clinch knot. Twist it around a couple of times, put the tag in through the loop, well, through the hole, hold the loop, put it back through. Probably can't see it because it's such a small line, kind of low light, but improved clinch knots is what I'm using. All right, let's get another worm, get another fish. Alright, same thing. I'm gonna go over here, this deeper spot, and just throw it into the middle. And move it a little bit, give it a little bit of movement to entice a bite, hopefully. Alright. Oh no, I thought something had got my bait and I didn't see it in there. I see I believe a bass. Oh yep, there went a bass, took off. I see a catfish. A really nice sized catfish for this creek. That's blowing my mind right now. I mean, like a catfish big enough I could have used a piece of that bluegill for bait. Because I seen the bass moving and I was like, okay, you know, I've seen some bass when I got down here. But then I noticed something really dark right behind him moving. And it was a good, about maybe a 1.5 to 2 pound, looked like channel catfish. I might have to attempt to find him and cast back to him. Cause I found some little small catfish in here before. When I was just using a dip net to catch small fish to feed to my fish back in the aquarium. So I knew there was catfish in here, but I did not know there was catfish as big as they are. And I see some little small. Oh, there we go. Oh, he came off. Dadgummit. I seen these little small sunfish that was underneath my float. Hopefully I can get something going on here and get them a little bit more regularly. Oh. I still have bait. Yeah, I still got a little bit of bait. Dang it. I wonder if they're... The craziest thing I've seen out here is some of these sunfish will actually go after the piece of lead instead of the hook, instead of the bait that's on the hook. Stay on. It's a little guy, but let's see. Oh, another bluegill. Okay. Come on, guy. Quit moving. As you can see, a little bluegill. I almost wanna use him for bait, but the likeliness of me getting that cat is pretty much slim to none, even with sight fishing him. Especially on this rod. I believe I could do it. It's just this would be more productive video wise. There we go. There's another one. That's a little bit more of a puller. There's another bluegill. About the size of the first one. As you can see, bluegill. Hooked right in the corner of the mouth. Well, not really the corner, but yeah, good hook set anyways. Alright, I'm gonna put a bigger piece of worm on, or another piece of worm on, and see if I can find that catfish. You know what, I'm just gonna put a big piece of worm on here, and again see if I can see that catfish and just throw to him. Maybe, I mean, it might spook him off, it might not, I don't know. Now I really wish I had came out here earlier in the day. Still see a bunch of sunfish. I did not know there was that bigger creek that ran off in there. Huh. I say bigger because there's a lot of little bitty runoffs in here. And that's like an actual tributary that goes up in there. So that's not some kind of little drainage that only has water during the raining times. So I'm trying to walk as quietly as I can to not spook anything. I seen the catfish right here, kind of in front of me, right at the mouth of that, which makes sense, but I seen him swimming down this way along that bank. I'm sure this place is full of sunfish. I know bluegills, green sunfish, and long-eared sunfish, which I'm surprised I haven't gotten the other two that I just mentioned. All I've gotten is bluegills. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be able to just find that catfish again like that. So I'm gonna go back to fishing because this is all fairly shallow. I mean, yeah, he could have gone in there, but the temperatures lately, I'm gonna say it's doubtful. It's been freezing at night. Oh, there went a sunfish of some sort. It's been freezing at night, but it warms up fairly decent during the day. Man, that sucks. I really wish I could have got that cat. I was very surprised to see a catfish that size in here. It surprised me to start with that there was little bullheads in here, which I'm like 95% sure that that cat that I seen a while ago was a channel cat. There we go. See what I can pull out of there. So that's very interesting. I mean, I was surprised to find the oh, see the bass in here the way I did. I still got a little bit of bait, not much, but a little bit. I was surprised to see the bass in here the way I did. Um, and then that catfish. That's very interesting. What do we got? Another bluegill? Another bluegill. This one's a little... Huh, his tail is a different color. Check that out, guys. He's got a dark tail. Very interesting. But I'm definitely gonna be coming back down here. I've got a few artificials, but I just don't feel, I feel like I've spooked the bass in here. So there's no real reason to throw the artificials. I'm catching bluegill on the worms, so I mean, I'm catching fish, so that I'm not gonna try and change it up with the little bit of light that I have left. And there's only one catfish in here big enough to worry about, so maybe later, maybe next, another bluegill. He's got a fin missing. I bet a turtle tried to eat him. But maybe Monday I can come down here with another rod and earlier in the day and see if I can't get a bass out of here and maybe a catfish. I can rig up like this one right here. I could cut him up into small pieces and use him for bait to see if I can get that bigger catfish to come up. I started not to bring a float. I'm happy I did, because I'd be having a really hard time detecting these small bites in this creek. Honestly, I figured I'd get more, you know, like long-ear sunfish or green sunfish, and all these are bluegill. I didn't realize there was this many bluegill in here. It was pointed out to me that these might be hybrids because of the red eyes, but they look like just straight up bluegills to me. I mean, I understand that most bluegills don't have red eyes, and it very well could be a copper-nose bluegill, which is a Florida strand of bluegill, I do believe. That was introduced out here because I know a lot of ponds and stuff like that are stocked with copper-nose bluegills because of their growth rate and their larger size. And of course, flooding and stuff like that, they get out, get into the creek systems, and then here we are catching them in a little creek. Oh, missed that one. I bet that catfish swam further up into that creek because I hear stuff popping back there. Might not necessarily be the catfish doing that popping sound, but there's obviously life back in there, so he could have went in there milling around trying to find him a crawfish or something like that to munch on. I'm almost positive that's where the bass went, because I haven't seen any more bass since I seen them right around the opening of that creek. Dang it. What? How did I miss it? I even seen the fish like flash underneath the water. I'm gonna go put on a bigger piece of bait. I think that's what it is. On my way, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the rig that I'm using because that seems to be the thing that everybody does. So this is like a 4-foot, just seriously ultralight rod. I got it in South Louisiana probably 10 years ago or more. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's more like 12 years ago. This reel, little Daiwa, I have no idea where I got it from. It like pretty much just showed up one day. Again, I've had it forever, and that's why it sounds the way it does. I mean, I've oiled it and everything else, but it just grinds and grinds. But it keeps working, so I keep using it. And like I said, 2-pound line, a little bitty hook, little bitty split shot, small float, or cork as we call it. Get one of these worms here. Put it on. Alright guys, I'm gonna catch 1 or 2 more fish, and that's about it. I'm gonna have to head on out. I said something about fishing for about an hour. I think it's been more like 20 minutes. It just seems like during the fall, once the sun starts going down, it gets dark so much faster. Seems like during the summertime, sun goes down and you still got a while before it actually gets dark. I don't know. I mean, what? Really? I just put that worm on here and it's already gone. Didn't even see my float move or bobble or bounce or nothing. Let's try that again. So now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get a small fish to go back and feed my jaguar and my cats that are in the aquarium with him. Yeah, as soon as I walked up to the bank over there, there were some bass up in the shallow bit, and they took off into here. Crap, I missed him. And I still got bait though. So I mean, like I said before, I knew there was bass in here. I just wasn't aware of the size. I mean, like, because they weren't big by no means. I mean, this is maybe a 4-foot deep hole, which is, it's actually fairly deceiving, because if anybody knows about fishing clear water, you can't really judge how deep it is usually, and it's about a 4.5, maybe 5-foot deep hole. You can see bottom the whole way. So Kind of what throws you off. Last time I was here, there was a whole bunch of central stone rollers, and I had planned on coming down here to try and catch some of them, just because I haven't caught one on rod and reel before. Oh, okay, I have. I haven't caught one on rod and reel on my channel before, so that's what I had planned on doing, but didn't get out. Wasn't able to get out here, and now it's getting cold. It's fall, and I'm not. They probably moved on somewhere else. Well, all right, guys. That's too dark to see, especially on this camera here. I know that you might not even be able to see my face right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits, turn the camera off, and start heading home. See y'all next time.